Try to make sure the balance is right. Jab, 2 times, and like this. Then I start going this way, jab. It's like, it's always gonna be somebody older than somebody in this life. You're never gonna be the youngest and you're never gonna be the oldest. And so you have an example on both sides that, you know, if you don't pay attention and you don't know you well to, can you do this at this time or not? You know what I'm saying? You know.
In training camp, Mike Tyson has been working relentlessly, sharpening his skills with guidance from Evander Holyfield. He's focusing on refining his technique and improving his footwork as he prepares for Floyd Mayweather. Tyson appears locked in, absorbing every lesson from the former champion with discipline, intensity, and renewed speed.
Here, then you step to the right, and you just try to make a complete circle. And it's just all about making the circle and go back here, just warming your leg.
During camp, Mike Tyson is putting Evander Holyfield's guidance into action with clear determination. His movements look sharper, his footwork more fluid, and his overall speed noticeably improved. At the same time, he shows genuine respect for Holyfield's experience and championship pedigree, taking in every lesson as he prepares for the challenge ahead.
Your legs and get your posture straight, and making sure you got a good midsection. You got to tighten that stomach up. And that's what a lot of times people don't understand.
Evander Holyfield believes the risks of Mike fighting at this stage are often exaggerated. In his view, fear only becomes powerful if a fighter allows it to take control. He suggests that courage, not doubt, is what truly defines the moment when stepping into the ring.
You allow yourself to do that. It's up to me to allow myself to be afraid. I'm talking about at any given time, anything. Whether I know how to do it or not. You know, the Bible said, fear not. It's up to you to fear. That's a choice. It's not that you have to, but in a situation, when it comes down, when you really want to do something real well, you know, fear is just right there, like that, ready to catch you if you heed to it. When you're young, you make mistakes, and when you're older, you make mistakes. Sometimes people forget about when you get older. But you know, you have a choice to make. You know, it's a choice you have to make, and you have to be honest with yourself. When honesty comes from yourself, then you ain't gonna prove a lot of.
In camp, Mike Tyson is grinding without pause, embracing every drill with total focus. He's sharpening his accuracy, rebuilding his power, and working to regain explosive speed. Sweat pours as he pushes through each session, driven by pure determination and refusing to slow down.
Like, Mike, what was the name of the theater that Corbett, Mike, he's like, yeah, such and such. He said the right name. I was like, God, I could never get him. I could never get him.
Evander Holyfield believes that once someone reaches championship level, that identity never fades. In his view, Mike Tyson will always carry the mindset of a champion, the inner fire, the relentless heart, and the competitive spirit that defined his prime years.
Only champ. You ain't got nothing to look to. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my turn now. How about that? That's what ultimately, when you say the world champ, you don't want to send somebody else across the street say, I'm the champ too. I ain't worried he can say either word.
During pad work in camp, Mike Tyson unleashes flashes of raw power. Every punch snaps with authority, echoing through the gym. His footwork looks tight and controlled, sweat spraying as he stays locked in. With each combination, his intensity builds, and the strength behind his shots becomes impossible to ignore.
Mentor's the best one.
Roll up, man. Hey, put a shot. Hey, isso, that's it. Roll. Hey, put a shot. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Look where your left hook is when you finish, Mike.
Jean Kilroy plays a key role in Tyson's camp, offering encouragement and pushing him to dig deeper during training. Her presence adds confidence to his preparation, helping fuel his intensity and keeping his focus sharp as he works toward the fight.
Towards how old you feel.
I don't feel what the word old, I don't feel that.
No. Well, you're smart going into the new wave.
No, it's always the old wave, it's always this.
Yeah.
I could do all this stuff and not have this and this.
Yeah, that's what you need. The will determine the skill.
Yes.
The story of success is be around successful people.
I don't believe that.
No. What can you lose? What can you win from a loser?
Huh? You can learn how not to lose.
Huh?
You can learn how not to lose.
Okay, you learn how not to lose.
Yeah.
But you don't. You don't.
You get more out of losing than you do out of winning.
Okay, you're my friend.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a heart operation.
Yeah.
But there's a good guy's going to operate on me. Nice guy, nice guy. But there's another guy's who did 20 operations. Who are you?
During heavy bag sessions, Jean Kilroy keeps Mike Tyson fired up, applauding his power and pushing him to raise the intensity. Her words reinforce his confidence, strengthening his belief and reigniting that championship mentality. With every strike, she fuels his ambition, grit, and speed, driving him to train like a fighter determined to prove something.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's reversed. I love it.
20 seconds.
It's in the end. It's just like that.
You did more workouts than what I seen you than the whole time you fought Lennox Lewis. Am I right or wrong?
Different era, brother.
There's a whole new ball game. I'm proud of
Mike Tyson steps into the fight with unwavering confidence, fully convinced he's still one of the greatest of all time. His mindset remains that of a champion, fearless, focused, and ready to prove himself once again.
It's a war. Only left the fuck alone. You gotta really believe that. It's all I ever lived for. It's all I ever lived for. Doubt should be eliminated. You should be a doubt annihilator. My mentor told me, look, I got a little man, and I want it all. I want it all. You be careful what you wish for. You kill people in the ring, you should kill doubt in your mind and in your soul and your heart.
Mike Tyson is powering through heavy dumbbell workouts, focusing on building raw strength, explosive power, and endurance to dominate every moment in the ring.
I give you money. You f***ing crazy.
Only 12. That's all we want. To the middle. 1, 2, 3.
A little slow on the way down.
4. There we go. 9. One more.
Slow.
10. No problem. Great set. Best set yet. Ugh. Final round. Last one, Mike. Nice and strong. 30 times. Touch and go. 1, 2. Here we go. 3, 4. Nice. 5. Yes, sir. 6, 7.
Strong.
8. Strong.
9.
Got this.
We go.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. 8, 9. One more. 10 up. Nice work, Mike. Yes, sir.
Daniel Cormier recently weighed in on the upcoming exhibition between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr., pointing out just how unusual the matchup looks on paper. He highlighted the massive physical difference between the two legends. Tyson made his name as a dominant heavyweight, while Mayweather built his legacy in much lighter divisions. Mayweather started his professional career around 130 pounds, and even as he moved up in weight, he never came close to fighting in heavyweight territory. The contrast in size and style makes this exhibition one of the most curious matchups in recent boxing history.
Was fighting at 154, and he was severely undersized at 154. Floyd Mayweather was a guy that fought in the 130s to start his career, and then fought up as high as 160 maybe. Floyd Mayweather was a small guy. He's now going to fight Mike Tyson, who is the heavyweight champion of the world. I respect these two men so great a degree that it's hard for me to almost make negative statements about them. But I think that our job as talking heads is to tell you the truth, regardless of how much you admire someone or the applause and adulation you have for them. You got to tell them the truth. I don't get this. I don't get this for the life of me, because
Daniel Cormier explained that the sheer size difference between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather is enough to grab attention on its own. What makes the matchup truly fascinating, he says, is the clash of styles, refined technical brilliance versus raw heavyweight power. Tyson built his legacy overwhelming opponents with force, while Mayweather rose to greatness through precision, timing, and defensive mastery. Cormier also highlighted that their careers unfolded under completely different conditions, shaped by separate generations and contrasting styles of opposition. One became famous for explosive finishes that shocked audiences, while the other relied on control and ring IQ to outthink rivals. It's this sharp contrast in both style and size that creates real intrigue, keeping fans debating how such different strengths might collide in the ring.
Track has a great wife that helps him manage all those things, made a boatload of money to fight Jake Paul last year. It's not a money play. Floyd, I saw a thing this morning, him talking about keeping his money clean, stuffing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a plastic bag. These guys don't need money. A lot of times when you get these great champions fighting well past their prime, it's to make cash. We see it a lot. These two don't seem to need the money. So I don't understand the need to do this. When talked about it, Mike Tyson said, I still can't believe Floyd wants to really do this. It's going to be detrimental to his health, but he wants to do it. So it's signed and it's happening. Hey.
While high-profile exhibition bouts featuring retired champions often draw criticism, many observers see them more sympathetically. From this perspective, veteran fighters stepping back into the spotlight aren't tarnishing their legacy, they're simply exercising their right to benefit from years of hard work and sacrifice. Combat sports demand extraordinary physical and mental dedication, often starting in childhood and continuing through long, punishing careers. Supporters note that professional fighting careers are typically much shorter than in other professions, making these opportunities a way to capitalize on a lifetime of commitment.
Let them get their money. They're going to make a lot of money. Mike Tyson makes the money to give to his kids. Floyd makes the money to show us, right? Let them make their money. Why not? It's the exhibition style. They got history. They don't like each other. They are two of the biggest imposing figures in boxing history. Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, and Muhammad Ali. Right? So they gonna make a lot of money. A lot of people gonna tune in and they gonna watch it. They don't like each other. So even though it's an exhibition style, you best believe it's not gonna count against their actual record, but it's a real fight. And Mike Tyson is not gonna hold back no punches like he did with.
The chance to earn big at the highest level can vanish quickly, whether due to age, injuries, or changes in the promotional landscape. For many, if their name still draws attention and audiences in a controlled exhibition, stepping back into the ring is seen as a smart, practical decision rather than a desperate one. There's also an argument grounded in autonomy. Veteran athletes know the risks better than anyone. Having endured years of grueling training camps and championship pressure, they fully understand what participation entails. For many, these exhibitions offer a way to celebrate their careers, secure financial stability, and enjoy one last opportunity to connect with fans who have followed their journey from the beginning.
That this is gonna be a real fight. Once it's exhibition style, so it won't count against their box rec, and it's not sanctioned by a commission or any of that or that. But you best believe they're gonna wanna. So they're gonna make a lot of money, and it's gonna be entertaining because they don't like each other. There's bad blood. They're gonna let them fly, and neither one of them wants to go home saying they lost to the other one. Mike Tyson has been, making passes at trying to. He wanted to hit Floyd at the WBC convention. Remember that famous epic moment where he walks up past Floyd and he's receiving his belt and he just flinches at Floyd, and Floyd don't budge. You're just looking at him, right? Mike Tyson always say he a scared little man walking around with all the security. They don't like it.
One of the most talked about aspects of the upcoming exhibition between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr. is their age. Tyson is nearing 59, while Mayweather is 48, well beyond the typical prime for professional fighters. In boxing, where reflexes, stamina, and recovery are crucial, age becomes a major factor. The sport's physical demands are relentless. Speed naturally declines, durability can waver, and the body needs longer to recover after intense exchanges. Even with both athletes in impressive shape, stepping back into the ring at this stage still carries inherent risks.
Seem to be, though, is less so a fight promotion and more so rights holders. They hold the global rights to HBO World Championship Boxing and a number of other Comcast events. Basically, their business is they lease out the rights for footage to old fights to different networks or entities. So it is a bit weird to see them involved in a fight which I would have to assume the cost would be close to 9 figures to stage. It's just honestly puzzling, but seeing there's apparently more information about broadcast partnerships to come, I guess we'll see soon who else is.
The age gap of more than a decade adds an intriguing layer to this matchup, raising questions about reflexes, conditioning, and the ability to sustain pace over multiple rounds. Naturally, as fighters get older, timing, reaction speed, and sharpness can decline, while endurance may vary, especially under the intense pressure of the spotlight. Yet, experience becomes a powerful counterbalance. Decades spent honing ring intelligence, tactical awareness, and emotional composure in high-stakes situations can help offset some of the physical limitations that come with age. Even with these compensations, the advanced stage of both athletes' careers makes this exhibition more than just entertainment. It's a rare chance for fans to witness resilience, adaptability, and longevity in action, seeing how elite fighters manage the challenges of aging while performing at the highest level in combat sports.
Groundwork to show just how big an exhibition fight can truly be. Now, exhibitions are a thing we've seen throughout the history of boxing. It's nothing new. Even the great Ali ended up in odd exhibitions for big paydays. Yet what Paul Tyson showed is you can take a fighter like Tyson, who doesn't have much left to give, and whip up a promotion to make the public believe he's back in his prime, and as a result do some of the biggest numbers seen in the last decade. The quality of the fight itself doesn't matter because, hey, you're already watching. And at a guess, that's exactly what they're going to try to do here. In the press release, they didn't really talk about how great of a fight it's going to be, rather how robust their promotional campaign will be, with weekly premium storytelling, which, of course, probably will do nothing.
Combat sports commentator Wade Plemons recently voiced serious concerns about the proposed exhibition between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr. He pointed out that comparing Tyson to Muhammad Ali can feel disrespectful, noting that Tyson has always shown immense admiration for Ali and never claimed to be above him. Plemons also highlighted the practical reality. The two legends competed in entirely different weight classes during their primes, making any hypothetical matchup unrealistic in a sanctioned fight.
Of watching Mike Tyson walk to the ring and the idea that maybe he'll knock out the little guy in Floyd that Tyson for a long time didn't like. For a long time called Floyd a small little angry man or a small little scared man because he couldn't walk his kids to school by himself, mainly because Floyd had, he kind of disrespected Muhammad Ali, who was Mike Tyson's favorite fighter and one that he would never put himself above. But Mike's 60 years old. And if there was a time for Mike to get him and knock him out or whatever, it never would have happened because they were in completely different weight classes and X, Y, Z. If you wanted to settle it outside of boxing, that's one thing, but now they're stepping into this exhibition. There's not going to be any weight classes, obviously, and there's not going to be really any winner to this, and I think we're all going to lose. I think us, the fans, are going to lose a big time because, again, I told you guys years ago that there is a certain brand of combat sports that does diminish fighters of the past.
Clemens went on to explain that exhibitions without official weight limits or meaningful stakes can risk diminishing the legacies of legendary fighters. Drawing from history, he referenced the Triller bout between Evander Holyfield and Vitor Belfort, noting how uncomfortable it was to watch a past champion compete far beyond his prime. In his view, such events can allow younger or fresher opponents to claim victories that would never have happened in a true prime versus prime matchup. While he acknowledged the financial incentives and understood fighters seeking late-career paydays, Clemens stressed that legacy should sometimes take priority over profit. Ultimately, he warned that fans might leave disappointed, watching aging legends move cautiously in what feels more like a controlled sparring session than a meaningful contest.
Existence on YouTube, but I can still stand here and tell you that there are certain fights that just shouldn't happen. Evander Holyfield should not have been fighting Vitor Belfort on whatever that triad promotion was. I think it was on Triller, and he looked awful because he was in his 60s, and Vitor got to say he knocked down and knocked out Evander Holyfield. And everybody knows that in Evander Holyfield's prime, he would have done work to Vitor Belfort in boxing. Same with this right here. This never would have been a prime for prime matchup. It would have made no sense to have happened. But if it did, Mike Tyson at 215 pounds, should he land at all on Floyd Mayweather, was going to send him to a different stratosphere. Now, again, we understand the reasoning behind this, and I want both guys to get paid, but this is going to be sad. And this is why I said sometimes you need to preserve your legacy. And I know Floyd says, legacy don't pay my bills.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned. Until next.